Hello students, this is Miss Pooja Arun Mhatre, lecturer in Electronics and Telecommunication Department in Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology, Bhayandar East. Today's topic is Decision Control and Loop Control Part 3 of C Programming Language. Learning course outcomes are jump statement and nesting of loops. Jump statement. These statements are used in C for unconditional flow of control throughout the functions in a program. The jump statements are used for the unconditional flow of the control. They support the three types of jump statements are go to statement, break statement and continue statement. Go to statement. The go to statement is known as a jump statement in C. So as the name suggests, go to is used to transfer the program control to a predefined label. The goto statement can be used to repeat some part of the code for a particular condition. It can also be used to break the multiple loops, which can't be done by using a single break statement. So however, using goto avoided these days since it makes a program less readable and complicated. So goto statement used to repeat the some part of the program according to the particular condition. It can also be used as a break multiple loops, but which can't be done using a single break. So go to statement syntax is go to label semicolon, and label is a statement semicolon. Break statement. The break in C or C++ is a control statement which is used to terminate the loop. So as soon as the break statement is encountered from the within a loop, the loop iterations stops. There is a control returns from the loop immediately to the first statement after the loop, and the syntax is break semicolon. So break statement is used to stop the iteration at some other point and returns the control for the loop immediately. Flowchart is initialization. Condition of the loop is true. The condition break if needed. If the break is true, then it will code it will give the control to the outside of the loop. If the condition of the loop is true and the break is false, then it will increment the variable value and start again condition loop. Then if the condition loop is true, the break it will check when we have to break the condition or not. If it is true, then the control of the loop will give to the outside of the code. If the break condition is control is false, then it will increment the operator and repeat the statement until the statements are getting continue statement. The continue statement in programming works somewhat like the break statement. Instead of forcing the termination, the forces the next iteration of the loop to take place, skipping any code in between. For the for loop, continue statement causes the conditional test and increment the portion of the loop to execute. For the while and do while loops, continue statement causes the program control to pass the conditional test. The syntax is continue semicolon. Here the conditional code is checked. If the condition is true, then condition code will execute and give the continuity to the program. The conditional code is checked. It will go, the control is going to the condition. If the condition is false, then it will terminate the program. The difference between the break and continue. Break. The break statement is used in a switch and loops. The break statement is used in switch and loops. And the continue statement is used in loops only. Second point is when the break is encountered, the switch or loop execution is immediately stopped. When the continue encountered, the statement after it are skipped and loop control jump to the next iteration. Example is in program. It is hash include header file int main integer I for loop. If I is equals to 0, I is less than 5 and plus plus I, that is post increment operator is used over here. Then in curly braces, if I is equals to 3, then break the statement and print the %d of I. Otherwise, if it's not true, then the control is given to the for loop, and outside of the for loop, the return the value is 0 and output is 0, 1, 2. In continue statement, hash include header file int main in curly braces int I. For I is equals to 0, I is less than 5 plus plus I. If I is equals to 3, then continue the statement, that is print the %d value comma I and complete the parenthesis and return 0. If the condition is true, then continue the increment operator. Otherwise, when it is get false, then it will terminate the execution. Nesting of loop. C supports nesting of loops in C. Nesting of loops in the feature in C that allows the looping of statement inside the another loop. So any number of loops can be defined inside another loop. That is, there is no restrictions for defining any loop. So difference between a break and continue is break. The break is used to in a switch and loops, and continue statement is used in a loops only. Point 2. When break is encountered, the switch or loop execution is immediately stopped. When continue is encountered, the statement after skip loop control jump to the next iteration. Nesting of loops. C supports the nesting of loops in C. So nesting of loops in the feature in C, it allows the looping of statement inside the another loop. So any number of loops can be defined inside another loop. That is, there is no restriction for defining any number of loops. The nesting level can be defined at n times. So you can define any type of loop inside another loop. For example, you can't define while loop inside a for loop. Syntax: for, initialization, condition and increment or decrement. In for loop, another for loop is declared, that is for initialization, condition, increment or decrement. Then statement of inside of the for and another statement is for outside of the for. This is the nested for loop. The flowchart is initialization, condition 1. If the condition 1 is true, then condition 2 is checked. If the condition 2 is true, then statement will execute the increment or decrement operation. After the increment and decrement operation, the condition will check. If it is true, then statement will execute, then again increment and decrement. If the condition is false, it ends of the inside the for loop. Then it increment or decrement the outside of the for loop variable size. If the condition is true, then it will check the condition 2. Otherwise, if false, then exit the first for loop. Thank you.